Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Mind Harbor. This is episode 34 and a very special one indeed. My name is James, and today we have our very first guest in Mind Harbor history. Our lovely locals are not with us today as this is an in-person and they are working in other towns and they're done now. So to introduce, classically trained and professional chef specializing in cooking with cannabis founder, is it cannabis?
Well, no, just cannabis.
Sorry. I didn't know. Founder of an edible brand, Munchy Brothers, author of the cookbook Game Changers and other games, public speaker, freestyle rapper, artist, and stand-up comedian. Please welcome my cousin, Pat Rodrigo Newton. Welcome, my brother. It's good to have you here.
It's amazing. I can't believe we're making history right now. I remember talking about this in Inception. You know?
Really?
Yeah, with you, at the cottage, coming up almost on a year now, you're saying, I want to do a podcast and this and that. And it's amazing to see you bring it to fruition and manifest it. So congratulations, and it's an honor to be here.
Thanks, bro. Yeah. No, it's been a blast. Honestly, we were talking on the last podcast. Martin was like, "Yeah, I didn't expect things to go crazy in the world as soon as we started a podcast." I was like, "Well, welcome to my world, brother, because shit's been crazy for a long time."
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a good thing about a modern age, modern day. You're not short of topics and content. Stuff to talk about.
Yeah, that's my gift and curse is I can talk about whatever for as long as I need to and still laugh at it at the end of the day. It's fun because I just love talking about stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I think that's literally how you bond with people, and having the gift of the gab is a blessing, and you're personable guy, and But what better way to connect with people than to share your insight and even be blessed with new stuff.
Well, you've always been actually a pretty big driver of that in my life because watching you growing up, you've always had lots of people around you, connecting with people constantly, creating stuff and getting interest, and you've branched out to the point where it inspired me to branch out and be a little bit more open with my own life, maybe in not the same aspect or same way. But yeah, it's true because, when you grow up, there's not a lot of other people around you but your family, right? So you see, I've always, now I try to take the good from everyone around me, especially my parents and my family. And just leave the rest to the dust because it doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
Yeah.
As long as you got love, that's the thing that matters. Anyway, I'm getting into silly cliches at this point, but it's true.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to take what resonates and disregard everything else that doesn't necessarily vibe with what you're getting to.
You want to know why I really started this podcast?
Yeah, let's go.
Well, I had my lovely afternoon shift at work, and she would come in at pretty early, and I'd sit down and we would talk about the world around us.
Yeah.
And when she retired, I just felt like I didn't have anyone to do that with. So, and I had a lot of opinions and things that I wanted to share, right? So I was like, what other better way to do it than a podcast, right? So that's kind of a lot of the me inspiration for this podcast, but
I mean, I think we all have those tipping moments, where you have a light bulb go off, or you've been sort of flirting with something in your mind, you know what I mean, but taking the actual first steps to realizing it and making it happen. I think that's the secret sauce, those are the momentum builders
for sure. And for me, I've always had drive and push to be able to want to produce something, whether it's my old YouTube gaming channel. Yes, by the way, don't look for it. Or I did a whole, one of my jobs, actually my first job was basically doing a YouTube creator program for kids at a camp. And I wrote the curriculum and I taught 30 to 40 kids of all different ages every single week. So it'd be a different group for the entire summer. It was crazy, but it was, And I was just thinking about it, and I was like, excuse me, I've got all the ability, and I've always wanted to do something like this. This is a perfect opportunity. Let's do it. So
Yeah. And the good thing about like weekly rotating campers and stuff is that like you can start building jokes and get some you can get some good material by the end of the summer. It's like you got those jokes down and they're roaring, they love it, you know. It's just like that's you know, you're not doing reruns.
Oh, I was doing reruns. Trust me, I was cracking dad jokes the entire time, and yeah, my coworkers by the end of it were like, "Really? Like you're cracking the third dad joke? It's like it's the same kids this week."
Yeah. That joke isn't for you, bro.
Yeah, but I love laughing. That's my problem too. I used to be like as a kid.
Yeah.
I used to laugh at everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely everything.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I had friends. Oh, yeah, you know, yeah.
Yeah.
I had friends be like, "Dude, you laugh at everything. Why do you laugh at everything? That wasn't even funny." I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know. I'm happy, man. I don't know."
Yeah, you never need to explain why you feel good. You know what I mean? Like it's great if you can iterate it and stuff like that, but like never apologize for laughing or you know, it's like that's a good vibration to be around.
If you think I got a fucked up laugh now, you should have heard me at 10 years old. Jesus. Well, you did hear me.
I did.
Telling
I was
viewers.
making them laugh. Yeah. I would always, because like like you're basically one of my only Ontario cousins. You know what I mean? Like I don't have like my mom's got a huge family, but in terms of my dad's side, like you and your sister are basically like some of the only cousins I would hang out around. Peter Birkenbaum, you know. But so I would always try and like do whatever it takes to like make you guys just like laugh or funny or just like even put you in a situation where it's like, oh, this is a bit uncomfortable, you know.
Oh, that was you for sure. That was you in a nutshell.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I remember, you taught me backflips and, you forced me to jump off the cliff.
Yeah.
Which that eventually turned into diving.
Yeah.
And I got
you're
second in nationals.
Diver, yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
And then I remember I don't know if I was too young or just too much of a wuss, but you put me in the water on the first time for waterboarding or water skiing.
I think it was wakeboarding.
Wakeboarding.
Yeah.
I was so scared. I don't know why I was so scared.
Yeah.
But you just like, nope, you're going to do it.
Yeah.
Fucking just do it.
Yeah.
And I remember like, why am I so scared? And like at the end of it, you got me up, I think.
Yeah, no, I definitely got you up. I honestly I think too is like sometimes if you have people around who like contradict what's going on, you doubt yourself. You know, and I think we had like a couple other people in the boat. They're like, like, man, be careful. You know, it's
my parents.
Yeah, it's kind of just putting stuff in your head. Where I was like, no, just let him struggle for a second. Let him get his his feet under him, and you prevailed in the end.
Well, that's one of the things you've taught me too. Is like you as a young kid, like there was nobody doing that aside from maybe my grandparents and my mom and my dad. Mm-hmm. But like aside, they don't want to put you in situations where you're possibly
could get hurt or something like that, or whatever.
That's why I was a goalie and I didn't go out. I could get shot on, but I couldn't get boarded. Right.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, as a kid, I was super anxious too. Just about like and I hate deep water, dude. Hate it.
Yeah.
So it all culminated, and I was like, nope, don't want to do it.
You hated the deep water, and now you're navigating and sailing out in the harbor. So it's like
harboring the minds.
Yeah, exactly.
As we speak.
So it's all about diving deep.
Yeah. Speaking of diving deep, bro, Iran, right? Holy moly, have you been keeping up?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think. There's two trains of thoughts there, but I mean the fact that the censorship is insane and talk about a lockdown. You know what I mean? They're not only getting rocked, but they're getting locked down.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, they basically lied themselves into a war once again. We've got Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, and now Iran. The big kahuna.
Yeah, I mean that's top 5.
Yeah. Well, it's out in the open now. Like Netanyahu talks about it. Well, maybe he has talking about it, but they've spoken openly about it with multiple different sources, but the Greater Israel Project was the plan, essentially, meaning like they had 7 countries back in the day
Right.
with the CIA and Mossad and a couple others, and they wanted to topple them, and the last one was Iran. But yeah, the main thing that's freaking me out right now is the Strait of Hormuz and how much that is impacting the rest of the world. And it's not just oil prices, like it's a lot.
Well, I mean, that's definitely being reflected over here and gas and stuff and fuel. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know, sadly, a lot of us are just going to be spectators to the agendas and the shows that are being rolled out, and whether or not, you know, the truth of what's actually behind all these actions. Hopefully it does come to light, and they don't suppress it and stuff like that. Because I think, you know, there's a big Iranian population here in Canada, in Ontario. I've got a lot of Iranian friends.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I think it's not fair if you're not divulging, which they don't.
Right.
You know what's going on behind it, and you're really doing an injustice to a nation, to people, and especially if it's for malicious reasons, or, you know, power grabs.
Right. Yeah. And, you know, Iran has been waiting for this for a while, so they've been locking up defenses for a long, long time. And just like economically, this war doesn't work out if it lasts for more than a year, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, it's not cheap to go to war.
No, and like economically, Iran is winning. Like, it's very lopsided because essentially they're able to take out, you know, pretty important infrastructure and combat and defense units with basically a $60,000 drone, and we're shooting at it with like a $7 million Patriot missile. So we can't keep that up forever. And then on top of that, you've got all of the oil in Russia and China being basically funneled there now because of the Strait of Hormuz being shut down.
Yeah.
And Iran is going to keep that blockade there, or basically keep the Strait of Hormuz shut down for as long as they can to be able to affect the European and global oil markets.
Right.
Once they have done that enough, I think that would be enough cause for, you know, China and Russia and the rest of the world to stop using the petrodollar, essentially.
Yeah. I mean...
and that's when the U.S. economy crashes, right?
Yeah.
Sorry to get heavy right away.
No, I mean, but it's all good. You know, it's like, we got to see what the depth of the landscape is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's all good. Context is everything. But, you know, there's a lot of different things happening in terms of I want to use the word agendas. You know what I mean? It's like what's the motivation behind it? Is like a lot of this stuff is for public persuasion, right?
Yeah.
Public persuasion is big. You know, you get a big percentage of the population, you know, screaming from the top of certain mountains, and it's like, oh well, we got to do something about it, right? And unfortunately, like every nation is going to have its revolution. Right now they're going through a revolution, and you know, the night is the darkest before it's light. So there's going to be some tragedy before you see some sunshine, and hopefully that, you know, it gets sorted out sooner than later, and at you know, at not a big cost of human casualty, and it's for the betterment of humanity.
I really like the way you frame it, because I mean, it's not easy for people to look at something like that and spin it into a good, not spin it, but like have a good
see the
outlook.
bright side, see the silver lining.
Yeah, for sure. Like it's difficult to do, and you make a great point.
Yeah.
Like in terms of, you know, keeping a level head and not going directly, say, at one person or a state or a religion. That's not what I was trying to do either.
No.
And I think it should be said, because keeping a level head and not, you know, attacking directly a large swath of people is a good idea, which is what the states in Israel is doing right now, by the way.
I think
but anyway.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I'm
No,
done.
I was gonna say that I think the biggest problem with anything, it doesn't matter if it's a small situation or a big situation. It's like just if you can manage your emotions, then you can look at it with a different level head. It's not about not being emotional to the things, but it's about that not being your first response. Because if you look at any of these global issues right now, that none of them are nearsighted. It's all about the long play. So it's like, okay, it's not because this happened, it's about the chain reaction of what that is implementing, which is really that's what you should be looking at the end of the day. Yeah, be outraged that there's a genocide. Be outraged that, people are being silenced and treated unfairly. Yes, be upset about those things, but you also have to see, okay, but the the fix is in the is the long game.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think at this point in time, it's because I'm a geopolitical freak. I love analyzing
Absolutely.
geopolitics. I can't help myself.
You were going to be a journalist you are a journalist, right? This is journalist. This is amateur journalism at its finest. But you're staying true to your roots.
Thank you, brother. Well, it came out completely, just out of blue, and I did go to journalism school for like half a year.
He had a cup of coffee.
I had a couple classes. It's nothing big, but yeah, no, I love analyzing geopolitics, and what's happened in Iran has fascinated me.
Yeah.
Basically, since Trump has gotten elected, it has been a whirlwind of just crazy shit. And honestly, like, I'm here for it. I don't like what's going on, but it's like, for me, it's like the best soap opera you could possibly imagine.
It's definitely Desperate Housewives of geopolitical landscape right now. Love him or hate him, Trump, he shakes it up. You know what I mean? Like, and the thing is too is that, like, this is human dynamics at its finest, where you're literally seeing human nature unfold right in front of you, and like that's the best education that you can have.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. No, I think either way, there's a lot to learn from what's going on.
I'm going to say something that probably not a lot of people are going to get on board with, but when Trump got elected and he put in the tariffs, the sweeping tariffs, and he, kind of attacked almost every country around him verbally.
Yeah.
I think that scared a lot of people and kind of shook them in their boots, so to speak. And that is one really good thing that Trump has done. He has shooken people up to the point where, like, whoa, they can almost break out of the matrix. You know what I mean?
I definitely do. I definitely understand what you're saying. I think it's a positive thing. And if you get really upset about it, then that's just the nearsighted way of looking at it. It's like if you hyper focus on his tweets and not on what happens because of his actions, you know what I mean? It's sort of like you need to counterbalance both of those things together to see what is the sum.
Yeah.
Right? What did that actually get us?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Well,
but the other thing too is the way that information is disseminated right now. You get a lot of people who are talking about the same topic, but they have totally different understanding and views.
Oh yeah, we're all in our own little microcosms.
Yeah, it's the multiverse. Right?
Oh, for sure.
The multiverse is happening.
That's a great way to put it.
No, it is. It is. We're all experiencing the same life, but we're having radically different experiences.
Yeah, yeah.
And nobody's wrong, because you're not wrong for having understanding of your experience, but because it's radically different than another person, you're gonna have. It's impossible to not have opposing views. Now the problem is when you can't humble yourself or your ego enough to the point where you can actually understand what somebody else with a different view is saying.
Yeah, when you shut down and you can't even listen,
right.
And then you just react on emotions and fear and anger.
And there's just no room for growth there, right? And
totally agree.
And even if you're right, you can have growth.
But I can't remember who said it. I think it was a Chinese philosopher.
Yep.
But he basically said, and I'm paraphrasing,
Mhm.
but basically he said, the wisest man knows he knows nothing.
Yeah, I think
And
that's Birdie Dharma.
Oh,
Birdie Dharma. I think it's basically one of the founding fathers of Buddhism.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I apology viewers.
Well, I mean, we probably have to fact check both of those, but if you know Alan Watts,
Mhm.
he's like a pretty well-known like sort of philosopher, but who bases a lot of his stuff on Bodhidharma, Huawei, Huawei, yeah, Huawei, and it's basically like your internal feng shui.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like the yin and yang internally.
100%. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like all of that is basically rooted in that symbiotic balance.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. What was his name?
Birdie Dharma.
Birdie Dharma.
Bodhidharma.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'll have to look him up.
Mhm.
Yeah. I love those religions over there in East India and Nepal and like
Yeah.
all of those surrounding countries. Sorry if I'm not shouting yours out. But those religions are so fascinating to me just because they're talking about like all the different levels of Brahma that you have to reach, and there's
Yeah.
like deception levels and like
Yeah.
different deities and gods that you meet along the way, and
Yeah.
like eventually you can possibly through meditation reach nirvana. It's very fascinating to me because a lot of their art, like what is it, the mandala wheel?
Yeah.
It so much looks like a psychedelic trip to me.
I mean, it really is. It basically when it's I've
it
seen,
looks like a DMT trip.
no, it really does because it is essentially it's sacred geometry through light. And I saw this really crazy thing where okay, so like your eyeball, right? Like your retina and your iris and all that stuff is basically like 3 or 4 of those sheets laid on top of each other. So if you take those secret geometry sheets and you lay them on top of each other, it creates an image.
Interesting.
And then not only that, you take those exact same sheets. Like, let's say you had 3 sheets on the table and you put them on top of each other and it made you. It made your impression.
So there's like 6 different layers of the matrix
Right?
of you.
But no, now here's where it gets crazy.
Okay.
Here's where it gets crazy.
I'm following.
Is then you rotate them 90 degrees and you stack them on top of each other. It's you 20 years from now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So like it's just iterations of you through light. It just depends on how you look at it.
Right. It's like kaleidoscope.
Well, I mean that's essentially what it is, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Of yourself through
Yeah.
matter and time
No.
and consciousness.
Just through light.
Just through light.
Just through light.
So like
Because if time doesn't exist, if time is man-made and it's finite, then it's almost like it's not really in the equation. It's about how you see it from the present moment when you see it.
okay. So it's like almost a mind reflection from
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously time does exist. Like, well, I'm almost even recently like in the videos, like it is like aging is more in the mind than it is a physical thing. Like
I don't know, bro. I've been working custodial for 7 years.
I get it, but it's like
I feel
it's
like a grandpa.
Right, but even just speaking those words is imprinting.
Well,
right?
Fine, I don't feel like a grand. I feel like 20 years old again.
Right, no, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of that has an impact. Like,
No,
and it's
for
not
sure.
about being delusional, but sometimes you need to be delusional in order to put yourself in the state that you really want to live in.
Well, it's basic like psychosomatic, isn't it? It's big
100%.
tricking your brain into thinking you like something when you don't. It's the same kind of concept, right? It's just tricking your brain into thinking in a different way, in a
Right.
better, positive way.
Yeah, so it's like the law of presumption, right? The law of presumption is whether you physically experienced it or not, or mentally feel like you have gone through it, there is no difference. It's kind of like if you, let's say you take mushrooms and you have a trip, right? And you see certain things and it brings on different perspective of thinking. Well, you didn't act, even though the walls didn't actually breathe necessarily, but you interpret it as they did, then they might as well have.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Because you experienced it.
You experienced the emotion behind it. You experienced the feelings behind it. It's like the nightmare freaks you out because you thought it was real.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I know you've had some psychonautic experiences.
Yeah.
Do you want to share any crazy ones while I've got you?
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, I've been
What's the craziest one you've had?
Crazy is like an interesting way of putting it, but like
maybe most introspective.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the biggest and most introspective one, I think that I've had a lot of different experience. I've been experimenting with psychedelics for the last 25 years. The first time I ever did mushrooms, I was 15 or 16 years old.
We should have put Psychonaut in your intro.
Yeah. Absolutely. Consciousness expansion, you know. It's not about romanticizing or glorifying the act of taking the psychedelic substances,
right?
But like through the acts of those things, giving me perspective and reflection on how the mind thinks and understanding nature. That's the biggest thing ever. If you understand the nature of something, then you can see it for what it is. So the first time I did mushrooms, I took a gram and a bit, and it was like, whoa, cool, fun, like, great, cool, right?
Same.
You smoke a big joint, and you're like, okay, we're going to roll a bigger one. Right? So the second time I did it, I had a hero dose.
Oh, no.
I had like 6 grams, 7 grams. And just because I was like, oh, well, if that was good, then I didn't understand necessarily how it worked.
And this has got to be like early 90s, right?
This is like, I think it's 2000.
Okay. Late 90s to 2000. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And Y2K. And yeah, bro, like I thought I was going to pass away. I almost called my parents were out that night. I was at the movie Toy Story 2. We were in the theater. And I started having that reflection where, you know, once you start questioning reality, I'm like, what's the point of life? I'm watching this movie. I'm in here. I'm like, I had to leave.
Yeah.
And I started seeing hieroglyphics all over the walls and everything.
Way.
Yeah, it was wild. I saw it all over my body.
Holy shit.
And almost to the point where I almost called my parents to leave them a voicemail to be like, I'm going to die. It was great. Thank you for, you know. Yeah, no, because, you
Imagine your parents getting that.
No, I know. I'm like, thankfully I didn't do that. But, right, yeah. And so, you know, the thing is, so it's important to understand that, like, setting is really important, and having intention when you go into these things. Like, there is a recreational space. Microdosing is a great recreational space for doing these powerful substances. But if you're really going to dive in and have an experience and really, like, you know, sort of like shake up your foundation, it's important to, like, be in the right setting. You don't want to be, you know, putting yourself in a position where you could harm yourself or harm others.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And even physical and emotional harm is something, you know.
Yep.
So but through all of those different experiences, you know, I've experimented with a lot of the different ones, DMT and LSD and ayahuasca and San Pedro and Kembo. These different.
You went to Thailand
Yeah,
too.
I went to Bali. I went to Indonesia.
Sorry, Bali, right?
Yeah, I did go to Thailand, but I didn't do any psychedelic experience. Well, I had some mushrooms out there, but no, it's wild. It's wild because, like, mushrooms grow everywhere there.
Is it a different experience, like
It is.
feeling or?
It is. The main reason why is because other species of fungus grow out there.
Right.
So if you smoke different uh, strains of cannabis, you're gonna have different experiences. That's
Right.
pretty much.
Right.
So it's like but it's wild because like weed is completely illegal out there. Like if you get caught with even just like a gram of cannabis, like in Indonesia, is death penalty.
Have you had betel nut?
No, what is that?
It's like that nut that you crack in there, and you gotta have like lime powder. You haven't had? It makes your teeth red.
No.
No.
Betel nut?
Betel nut.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I watched this guy. Sorry to
it's all
derail you. We can get.
We'll get back into it.
Just to the
What's
drugs.
betel
It's
nut?
like it's crazy. I think it's in Papua New Guinea and a couple of those surrounding
Yeah.
countries. Which, by the way, don't go to Papua New Guinea.
Why?
It's in not a great spot right now.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, so I watched this guy. I think his name Mike OK on YouTube.
Yeah.
Great YouTube channel.
Yeah.
He goes all over the place. He's a British guy who's doing the tourist channel basically, and I
Yeah.
like watching him because he's very like down to earth in terms of just like, this is what I'm doing, this is what happened. He films everything.
Right.
But anyway, he got addicted to betel nut,
wild.
which is like almost like apparently a cocaine type stimulant that they basically all the locals
Yeah,
chew.
Sure.
And it's not cocaine. I don't know what it actually is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it makes your teeth crazy red, and like everyone does it. You got like kids at like 10 years old walking around with betel nuts.
That's insane. I mean, but we say insane, but for them that's like natural culture.
Sorry, not in no, that's not right. It's insane that it like that's just a beer to them, and like for us, like could be betel nut. We could be ripping betel nut right now.
I mean, you know what those wild is that they're sneaking bugs and beetles into a lot of our food right now.
What?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
It's like it's a coloring agent. So yeah. So they'll use a lot of bugs, beetles, exoskeleton creatures. There's a proper term. I can't think of it right now. But anyways, in our food right now.
And they are like fighting back against the bill to say that they can't they have to label cloned meat in supermarkets in Canada because right now apparently there's cloned meat in our supermarkets.
Oh, I think there's a lot. I think we've been eating cloned meat for a long time. If you're buying boxed burgers, if you're buying anything in the frozen section that's been processed, there's a good chance that chunk meat is partially or fully cloned.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I mean, just
like if you get the texture ick, you're probably not wrong. Your instincts are pretty dialed in.
I mean, just look at the Epstein files, man. I mean, if they're printing babies, and then they're probably cloning our food.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
I'm only half joking, by the way.
Like, yeah, but no, like, there's a lot of interesting. Like, forget all the weird, perverted, satanic, ritualistic stuff that's in those files. That's and that's just horrendous. But there's a lot of pandemic stuff in those files too, right? Where it's like a lot of old white guys with a lot of power doing some weird, shady stuff. So, that's why I look at Iran. That's why I look at these different things and I see, okay, what's the real motive behind this, right? What are the real motives? And that's just one example, but there's different things that are happening. Why are they implementing Bill C-8 or these hate speech bills, laws that are passing? It's like, there's something bigger boiling beneath the surface.
And I mean, we could say it right now, but the viewers can probably connect the dots just as good as we could. So that's another problem right there. You know what I mean? I don't want to say us as Canada, but North America in general has been complacent for a while. We got too comfy, I think. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of padding. And the crazy thing is that we were talking about how your blessing, well, we didn't say it, but your blessing becomes your curse. Right? And technology, which is a blessing, has almost become a curse.
Yeah.
where the more I call it padding, but padding is like automation. So the
Mm.
more padded your life is, the less human you become
Right.
because of all that automation. And the automation, it basically just makes you feel more comfortable,
Right.
right? You're just more at ease. And so, like, the more comfortable you are, the less alert, the more it takes you out of your senses.
I totally understand what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, like even as a kid, you're oblivious. You feel good. You're happy. You're cool. You're nothing's a
Right.
worry in the world. Soon as you gain consciousness, you get berated by like basically like MK Ultra level psychological operations that are just pounding your brain immediately since you get into kindergarten. And then, you get into the workforce and you got to make a name for yourself
Yeah.
and make, your sense of this world around you.
Yeah, the programming is insane, and they
It's nuts.
they literally get you from the moment you get enrolled. And for me, I can't imagine anybody in that workspace going along with the agenda. Like, you have to be a cruel individual to like see kids and follow through with some weird stuff. Like, that's not a regular person doing that stuff, you know?
No, it's always the state,
Yeah.
right?
I'm gonna use a restroom quickly.
Yeah, you want to pause? We can pause. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's he's a lot of the stuff that you were saying to just now was like Kurt Metzger said that.
Yeah.
And just connecting dots.
It's so amazing right now the way that people consume information.
That too, yeah.
Like, we're not short of information, but we're short of non-biased information.
For sure. It's been difficult to kind of I know there's an app like I think Ground News or something like
Okay.
that basically when you open it, it gives you a side-by-side profile basically
Yeah.
on how conservative or liberal it is and all that stuff.
Sure. I think you just you need to, in order to have a right understanding, you need to get both sides of the story.
100%.
I want to know mainstream narrative, and I want to hear alternative narrative as well, so then I can come to my own conclusion of understanding. Like, give me a 360 so then I can actually understand what's going on here.
Yep.
And then make an educated assumption
Mhm.
or understanding or conclusion based on that. But if you're just getting one side, you're never getting the whole story. And
I feel like that's kind of most of our population nowadays because of how, I say this a couple of times, but our population in Canada is very senior heavy,
yeah.
and seniors don't like change.
No, I mean,
So-
nobody does.
No.
Nobody does. It's something that you need to train your mind
Mhm.
to be calm in.
Especially nowadays.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's why the ice baths is so key. I got you to do your first one.
I'll put it in if I
Yeah.
find it.
I'll send you the photos. I've got some photos. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
great. So yeah,
I think I have the video though.
yeah,
Yeah, I
for
might.
sure.
I might put it up right
Yeah,
now.
amazing. Basically, like I lived during the pandy. I lived up north, so I had 2 winters up at the cottage, and the lake would freeze over. I'd chainsaw a hole in there, and I'd be in there every day for like 5 to 10 minutes.
You
And
built a whole damn igloo around
I
it.
did,
Basically.
yeah, Casablanca.
Casablanca.
And
Got a lot of dust around.
yeah, and that was ice before ice, bro. And
What's snow?
yeah, no, but my point is that, like, it teaches you to calm your nervous system in the chaos so that you can actually act from a place of calculated reason.
Sure, it's like post-nut.
Post-nut?
Post-nut clarity.
Oh yeah, clarity.
Post-nut clarity.
Oh my God, nothing hits like a like it's the best and it's the worst thing, right? Because it's like,
You're like, what did I just do?
oh my goodness, talk about a crescendo. Yeah, no, like, yeah.
Cheers to that, buddy.
Yeah, cheers to that. Yeah. It's wild because another thing right now that's probably one of the biggest issues is how our primitive instincts have been positioned against us.
Literally hijacked.
Right, no, like worse than that, right?
Yeah.
It's manipulation at its highest and its finest core. Because, at the end of the day, like, this is wild to think, but like we're all born sinners.
Sure.
We're all born.
Wait.
We're like not in a vindictive, malicious way, but you need to understand and learn what is acceptable and what isn't acceptable, right? No, so like
I see a lot of sinners every single day at elementary school. They're called children, and let me tell you, they sin all the time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like you need to be taught, corrected,
raised,
adapting. It's like not even rehabilitation, but like sometimes your instinct is to not do the higher moral thing. Right, or you have a predisposition to go towards the 7 sins, right, whatever those things are, and my point is that like you need to correct yourself in order to not do those things. My point is, back to the post-nut clarity, is that like your instinct is to want to fuck, right? Your instinct is to want to be promiscuous or to be a lush or to indulge in this and that, but you shouldn't. No, but you do. You hear me?
And you did.
Yeah. But there's an excitement that leads up to the point where just before you have that release, and then you're kind of like, oh, what did I do?
Yeah, that was dumb.
I don't know about you, but like for me, like I like to equate it to scratching. It's like I grew up with eczema, right? And like so sometimes you'd be so itchy you would scratch yourself till it bleeds. Right? And that's kind of like indulging in different things. Right. It's like, oh, it feels so good, and then you look at it and you're like, what did I do? Right. I'm bleeding. My hand, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, but in the moment,
I've heard.
Oh, it feels so good. You're like, oh, actually, like I fucked myself up,
It's just like,
right. So
I hurt myself today.
Yeah, shout out to Johnny Cash.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like, I for me, honestly, I don't know. I haven't had a girlfriend quite a while, so for me, it's like, it's not a big deal. It's not like I've reached the point where I could be single for life and be happy. I know that's such incel shit to say.
That is very.
And it's not like, it's not like I'm looking either. That's the problem. Like I could care less. Honestly.
Well, I mean, that's a powerful position to move from, because then it's a conscious choice, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like it's not like I'm not getting girls.
But you can't act like if some girl that is your flavor is walking by, you're gonna be like, I don't care. It's like,
oh no, that's not what I'm saying. I definitely, I would do whatever she would want, but like that's my point. Like,
you went from an incel to a cuck real quick, bro.
Maybe I should rephrase that. Not whatever she wants.
No, I would,
but like I would hit. That's my point.
Yeah, of course.
But like it's the conscious point thing where it's like, if I'm not looking, and I'm focusing on me, and I'm focusing on my life, I just do that. And then whoever comes along. I'm not forcing anything. And again, like I fucking hate clubbing. I've learned that about myself. Clubbing is not my style.
Yeah, but maybe it's because you didn't have a lot of success there.
Well, but I don't go out looking for chicks at clubs either.
I mean, it's like it doesn't matter if it's chicks, if it's money, if it's XYZ, if you position it as your expectation, there's a good chance you're gonna get let down, right? So it's like it's like it's it's not like, oh, like, don't have it as a goal.
Oh,
right?
for sure.
It
no.
is have it as a goal,
Mhm.
but it's like you can't want it that bad.
Yeah. No. Well, that's my point. I have never needed it that bad. The thing that I want is companionship in most cases. I want someone who is kind of a partner and someone I can deal with day to day and, tolerate.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's it's big. I've had a good share of relationships, and have navigated that area to various degrees of success. What?
I've had some rough last couple exes.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Yeah.
I went and saw a girl on, I call it Facebook Marketplace dating,
Okay.
because it's basically that.
Was like on
Facebook
Tinder or
dating.
something like that? Uh-huh. Yeah.
So I drive to Oakville,
Mm-hmm.
and it is like in the seediest fucking part of Oakville.
Yeah.
Like, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, there's almost it's like Baghdad.
All right.
It's not good.
It's Kitchener, basically.
Kitchener, for sure. Yeah, downtown Kitchener,
Yeah,
same
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
And so I pull up to this throwing axe place.
Yeah, you like for a date?
Yeah, for a date. I go in. Date goes pretty good. We walk over to the Tim Hortons, and what spun me off right away was I was like, I'll buy you your tea, and she goes, oh, no, I've got it. And I was like, okay, I'll still get it. Don't worry. And she's like, no, I've got it. I'm like, okay. I don't know if I pissed her off or anything.
Yeah.
And then I order my drink, and she goes, 3 cream, really? Like, what's that? At that point, I was like, bitch.
She's
like,
trying to emasculate you on
what
your...
the fuck are you even on about? Like,
Yeah.
all I offered
Did
was...
she throw the axes better than you, or what?
I have no idea what the fight... I don't know. And then so I'm sitting there with her, and behind her on the bench, there's this homeless dude who's out of it. And he's pulling his pants down, showing his ass, and he's like, fuck, he's tweaking hard.
Yeah.
So I'm like, can we go? Like, I'm not really feeling
Let's
this
get outta
place
here.
anymore. I want to fucking go home
Yeah.
at this point. And then I saw her once or twice after that. Fine dates. I don't know why I went on a second date, to be honest.
I can guess why.
Well, yeah. Anyway, she ended up being pregnant while I was dating her. She had a kid like fucking 6 months later. She didn't tell me shit.
So she was 3 months pregnant and she was going on dates. She's probably trying to...
Yeah, she was just barely showing. I don't know, I don't know how pregnancy works, but she was barely showing, and she was a skinny girl too. So I thought nothing of it.
Yeah.
And then she told me after the third date. I was like,
so she's going out on dates while she's 3 months pregnant. So that's pretty savage.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then I've got another one where I was seeing a girl after we haven't talked in a while. I met her in high school.
Yeah.
I won't get too detailed, but basically, she goes missing for like an entire long weekend. I've got the police calling me. I've got her parents calling me, crying and shit. And like, where is she? Do you know? Because you were the last one who called her. I've got constables calling me every day. Hey, so do you have any more information on so on? And I'm like, no. So I sent her a texted. She was just at a friend's house, long story short. But
she went on a bender.
Yeah, she went on, I don't know what the fuck she did.
Like, whatever, yeah.
But she was a little out there. But anyway, long story short, a year later, she has a kid.
Yeah.
And guess what she names it?
James?
Yeah.
Well.
She was one of those that were sticky to get through in high school.
Yeah.
Couldn't get rid of her type thing.
Yeah. I mean, you get hang-arounds and that kind of stuff, they get hooked.
I just chalk that up as dodging a bullet.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, I think, you've dodged a couple of them.
I'm good at that.
Yeah, well, hey, Neo in the Matrix.
Anyway, not to say that women are bad. I love women. I love women.
Love women.
They are most of them are sweet angels.
I mean, whatever it is, what it is. At the end of the day, like, we need duality, we need polarity, we need.
I want it to be fair. Like, treat me as a human being. Like, don't beat around the bush. Let's be honest with each other. That's all. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is what it is. There's good people, there's bad people, and there's neutral people. And
I'm more of a neutral.
The more you get out there, the more you get out there, the more you travel, the more you meet people, the more you understand that it's a collection of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you put yourself in the positions where you surround yourself with the type of people that resonate with who you are and where you're going.
Well, that's another problem too, is like I feel like in my job I'm pretty isolated, and it's one of those jobs where I don't know. I'll just leave it there.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But no,
not
hold
to
on.
say that I don't
date
and don't want to date. Hey, there's the light.
Hey, the light. There
The
shall be light.
It's shining on
There shall be
me.
light.
But yeah. Anyway, I was gonna ask you.
Hey man, but like you when you least expect it. Okay, two things. One, when you least expect it, you're probably gonna meet the one. But here's the thing: if you don't have the right training, you're not gonna know how to
that is a good point.
capitalize on the opportunity, because words are keys.
Yeah.
And if you know how to string along the right kind of words, then you can unlock the right doors.
For sure.
But if you don't have the right training, then you're gonna drop the ball. You're gonna drop the bag.
Yep.
Fumble the bag, and
for sure.
And it's the ones that stick in your mind. You're like, I should have done this. I wish I had done that. It's like,
Trust me, I've fumbled a lot.
Yeah, I mean, anybody who puts themselves out there is gonna fumble. That's
for sure.
part of it.
That's part of growing up.
Part of refining.
Yeah.
Take the risk. Put yourself out there. Let her or him see your personality. And
I'm not gay.
No, but if you're a girl listening to this.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, if you're a woman listening to this too,
Just
right?
thought I'd make it clear.
No. Yeah. No, but what I'm saying is,
no, I know what you're saying.
Be prepared to take the risk.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid of getting rejected, especially the dudes out there that are listening to this.
Oh, for
like,
sure.
Yo, bro, like,
that's why I feel
take
good.
the risk. Put yourself out there. Get shut down. You're starting with nothing. Worst case scenario, you'll be right where you are. Take the risk. Try it. And if you're looking to learn how to speak to women and learn how to, like, say the spit game.
You got a course?
I don't. Yeah, I am the course. But, there's a lot of really good stuff on YouTube right now. This one, it's called Simple Pickup. It's great. It's just about breaking ice, and it's about putting yourself in a position to not to get more comfortable with the rejection, so that you can just refine your approach.
This is great, actually. I think not a lot of young men actually like talk about this enough. Like, maybe not my age, but younger men, like teenagers. It's a great thing to do.
Yeah.
Get out there, get fucking destroyed. Like, it's gonna happen. Like, anyway, you want to move on?
Sure. Yeah.
I just wanted to talk to you because I've spoken on the podcast a couple of times about it. But the UFO sighting that we had, it wasn't last summer? Was it last summer?
It was last
last summer.
It was last summer.
So I'll just reiterate for the viewers. I'll do my experience, and then you want to relay yours.
Yep.
So we were out. It was pretty late. We were having a blast that day.
Yep.
It was a great day.
Yep.
And we were all in the hot tub looking up. Beautiful night sky. Yeah. We had a couple. I think my sister, Ashley, and Izzy were there behind us. And you had your buddies and me.
My buddy Jeff was there.
And Sean had gone to bed.
Yeah.
And Pat, you whacked me on the shoulder. And you were like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I looked up, and I saw a massive black triangle.
Yeah, big triangle, yeah.
Big fucking, like, multiple football fields long.
I mean, you can't even really put it into perspective.
You can't. But it had, like, a light, like, almost orange star, light orange star for the tip, flickering, and then on the back, too. And when you looked through it, you could see, like a shimmery cloak typing thing going on.
They're definitely They're definitely all cloaked. Lately I've
You've seen more?
no no l- I have, but lately I've been diving way deeper into this whole like UAP UFO uh thing.
Yeah.
Um I almost to the point where I'm tripping out where like no like the entire sky is the bottom of a ship, and the lights, the stars that we see are just the lights that are emanating from that ship.
Well, then what the fuck are the black triangles then?
Well, they're just smaller ones that are like underneath it moving.
Like transport trips?
Sure,
Chips
whatever,
or
you know.
whatever?
It's like there's a massive mothership, and then there's a ton of other little like.
So what do you think UFOs are in general? Like, I'm sure you've got like
I
an
mean,
amalgamation of beliefs on
I
it.
think
but-
I think there's a couple of things. So to continue building off of what you just said, when I was like, "Yo, look at that! What the heck is that?"
Sorry, yeah.
We saw that triangle.
Yeah.
But then what we did is we went down to a better vantage point, and we saw hundreds of shimmering lights that were in that triangular position. Where it was like 500 was in here. Like you can't even number it. There's tons of stuff. Yeah. So hold on. When I was, I had my first real UFO sighting when I was 13. I was in a backyard with some friends at nighttime, and we saw like about 6 of these silver balls going flying. Like they covered the entire sky within a couple of seconds. So it's like, you know, and then
How big were they?
I mean, it's hard to say, but it was just it was like if you look at a star, it's a solid piece of light, right? Right, and it was just like 6 or 7 of them went across this way, and then 3 or 4 of them went the other way, like pretty quickly. And it was like, well, okay, those aren't planes, and that's not that those aren't shooting stars. So I was like, okay, weird. Saw a TV show, UFO show. That was exactly what I saw. So when we looked up that night and we saw a whole bunch of them in the triangle, I was like, that this is very continuative to what I've seen in my history. At the end of the day, we're definitely not alone.
No.
There are you know, I think right now on Earth it's crazy to think, but there's clones, there's shapeshifters, there's NPC humans, and there's like whatever, you know, whatever we are, and
What do you think I am?
I mean, yeah, I mean, who knows, right? But it's like, yeah, we're humans, you know.
I want to be a Nordic, okay?
White Walker.
I am ginger.
Yeah,
so I got half the European gene.
I just the more you look into this stuff, and the more that we keep advancing, and I don't know, maybe it's all a giant psyop to keep everybody confused and whatnot. But like, I do think that all of these different life forms exist around us, and they hide in Hollywood. They hide in the movies.
Seen Disclosure Day?
Don't watch Marvel because it's a Marvel movie. Watch it for the message that's behind the movie. And it's not through the entire thing. There's just moments, but there are some parts of the script or some of the stuff that they're showing you which shed light on the inspiration behind the movie.
Right. You know, have you seen Disclosure Day trailer for Steven Spielberg?
Yeah.
Bro, I can't wait for that fucking shit. That should be gnarly, dude.
And I just think that that's a soft launch for the actual thing.
I have to agree with you because, like, I don't know, a couple of months ago there was, what was that? Was it The Age of Disclosure? There was a pretty big documentary released in the States by Dan Burrish, I want to say.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with it.
I can't remember. I know his first name is Dan.
Okay.
But anyway, it basically had on like a whack ton of U.S. officials, like whether they're in deep CIA and you know Northrop Grumman officials, and then they had Marco Rubio and like all those guys. I watched it with my dad at the cottage actually.
Oh yeah, nice.
I forced him to watch it
during March break there.
Or whatever the.
Okay.
I can't remember the last time.
But
anyway, it's pretty interesting. If you want to be bored out of your skull by just like deep information from the government on what they kind of our soft launching for disclosure, watch that documentary.
I mean, sometimes it can be a little dry, but it's fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
It's fascinating. If you're interested in it, it's not boring. It's like feed me more, feed me more, feed me more.
Yep. Do you know Jesse Michaels?
No.
Bro, okay, so I'm going to put you on a YouTube, two YouTube channels.
Please
Jesse
do.
Michaels and Area 52.
Yeah.
So Jesse Michaels is basically, he used to be, and now hold your horses, or hold on to your, panties, because it gets a little weird at this point, but he used to be like a high-tier investor, like whiz kid for Peter Thiel.
Oh, yeah.
And he broke off from that. I'm pretty sure he's a CIA cutout for this kind of thing, but the information that he has is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And the guests he has on is fucking nuts. Like, he's an encyclopedia. Same with UAP Gerb, but Jesse Michaels is a little more interesting to watch. And then you've got Area 52 with Chris Ramsey. He's a magician from Montreal. He's Canadian. And he got super into UFOs over the pandemic, I guess, and his channel is fucking top notch. Like, great production, like shit I wish I could do.
You will do.
Eventually. But great channels, great information. For Chris Ramsey's Area 52, a lot of it is just basically storytelling.
Right.
But like interesting, like fucking
whistleblower
stuff.
You gotta reel them in, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But Jesse Michaels is just like straight up information with interviews of crazy people. And then, one more, UAP Gerb. If you really want to know about like all the deep black budget programs and the USAP's unacknowledged secret access programs, he is the acronym GOD. He knows every single detachment, unit, everything involved with the military, the U.S. military, and can literally spurt it verbatim.
Yeah, the one thing that I would like to know more information on is the Intergalactic Light Federation, I think it's called. So basically, it's like, you know the movie Guardians of the Galaxy?
Sure.
Okay, so that's based on these sentient beings who patrol and guard the universe, essentially. And they're called the International Light, the Multidimensional Light Federation. I'm butchering it, but essentially, like, they are in charge of making sure that negative entities, Satanists, shape-shifting reptiles, whatever, all that stuff basically just doesn't get out of hand. Basically, like
the Invisible College, basically.
I mean, they're the ones that are flying around in the. A good movie to watch is Project Adam. Project Adam.
Like ADAM or ATOM?
So ADAM, but it's phonetically, it's spelled Adam, ADAM, but they're alluding to at ATOM.
Gotcha. Yeah, for sure,
Adam.
for sure.
Yeah, because it's about time traveling.
Cool.
And all this stuff like that, and that's what I think Area 51 is. I think it's a hadron collider.
Area 51?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of like whistleblower testimony basically saying that Area 51 is a time travel
That's what I'm saying,
facility instead of basically aliens.
Well, I mean, what's going to come through the gate is, you know what I mean? That's going to be that.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because
right.
it's not just it's not just a jump spot.
Right.
It's also
an interdimensional portal essentially that
airport.
you'd be opening. Yeah, it's an airport. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I want to go to we should go to Area 51.
That would be really cool.
Just do like a camping trip, like on the outskirts, like in the hills or some shit.
Bro, they have encampments there with people who are like sky watchers, basically.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
we should.
So
really
sleep.
do
They
that.
sleep all day and then they wake up at night and they like watch the skies. I know. But the other freaky thing is Project Bluebeam.
Yeah, you can't talk aliens without talking Project Bluebeam.
Right, and and over the last year, there's been a lot of talks on the Northern Lights,
Mm.
and
Well,
we've never been able to see the Northern Lights this south before. And like last summer, it was like all over the sky. And I'm not saying that it's not a natural phenomena, you know,
Phenomena.
yeah, but that could very well just be testing for that blue beam.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's so funny when I search up Project Bluebeam.
Yeah.
Immediately it comes up with Serge Monast.
What is that?
He's a Canadian conspiracy theorist.
Yeah. Let's just call him theorists. Like, stop putting the word conspiracy.
Dude, that's so true. By the way, do you know where conspiracy theorists came from?
Yes, it was a CIA created term.
Exactly,
Yeah.
to discredit people from fucking Vietnam War.
From having a brain.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, yo, like, your instincts are usually not wrong.
So CIA.gov Project Bluebeam. What do we got here? This is a Freedom of Information Act electronic reading room. Oh, this is a full-on document. My bad. Shit, I just need an overview.
Yeah, give me the Coles notes.
Just give me the cold notes. Yeah, fuck. Sorry, viewers. 1 sec. I just want to get this like right before like I say anything because I don't actually. I think it could be one thing where I.
Yeah, you don't want to be spreading misinformation.
Yeah. There's Project Bluebeam and then there's actually Project Blue Book.
Project Blue Book. That sounds like you're trying to sell a car.
Well, Blue Book is, I'm pretty sure, or I could be wrong. It's either Project Blue. Okay, so Blue Book, I think, is the one that was supposed to be a fake alien invasion.
Oh, which like they like broadcasted on the air, like in the 50s.
And they also project it like over in like the skies, basically, and they cause like bombs to go off and shit. So that but Project Bluebeam is different. It is not a conspiracy. I just read the CIA document. What the fuck?
I mean,
proposed by Canadian journalist Serge Monast in a 1994 publication alleging a conspiracy by NASA and UN. Purpose: the claimed goals is to abolish all traditional religions, national identities, replacing them with a new age religion and a single world government.
Yeah, it's basically a totalitarian. Well, it like back to what I was saying before is public persuasion, right? If the entire world experiences some sort of supernatural phenomena which terrifies them to the point of submission,
right,
then you can implement whatever that agenda is. That is the entire point of Project Bluebeam. The crazy thing, if you want to see how advanced the technology is, just type in like different raves, because right now some of the screen and light shows that they have at raves, like EDM and stuff like that, is absolutely terrifying.
Right.
It's like
holograms and shit.
Yeah,
and
exactly. It's just hologram technology. It's like, it's so wild.
Light
it
show
looks
and
real. And the other thing too is, have you seen some of these drone light shows?
Oh fuck yeah.
So like, they can do some pretty cool stuff, and that's just drones.
Oh yeah.
You know, or the other thing is, so they have these. It's like a blade, like a fan, and it spins so fast, and it projects an image, so much so that it becomes 3D. It's like a 3D image through the fan, right?
Interesting.
Maybe you can pull it up and show them an example of what I mean.
Yeah, I'll try to find it.
Yeah, it's but my point is, like, the fan is spinning so fast that it looks like the image is like, you know, rotating and is there in 3D on its own.
Have you seen Skywatcher?
No.
It's another YouTube channel that's super crazy. Just to stay on the UFO topic,
Yeah.
do you remember Jason Barber?
No.
Okay, so he was another whistleblower who released a video And he basically said that he picked up a egg UFO in a helicopter ley line for a CIA black budget cutout program, basically.
Yeah.
He cut away after whistleblowing and made his own company called Skywatcher with a couple other guys in a production company. And they basically went out in the Nevada desert and tried to essentially psychically make one of them respond and show up. And then they filmed it. They classed almost 14, I want to say, maybe 8 to 14 different types of UFOs. Film them, too, so you can watch them. They're all classed.
Yeah, right.
And
do they look like they were shot on a potato? Or is it
no,
like
these
clear?
are high-level fucking videos.
Okay,
like
good.
they're nuts.
Yeah,
some of them are nuts.
Some of the UFO footage is just like, it's so hack. You're like, okay, I understand there's night vision, but this looks worse than Atari.
Yeah, no. Well, this is a super high-level production thing.
Good. Yeah.
And they were able to capture a bunch. And like I said, they have like Jason Barber, who literally did work for the government and, you know, is classed out and all that stuff. So it's super weird because they used a group of psionic assets, they called them, which were basically psychics that were trying to pull these things in. And their goal was to make one of them land and then film it.
Yeah.
And supposedly they did.
Right.
And they only released 2 videos on their channel, and they probably got shut down real quick.
Yeah, that's the problem with the censorship right now, is that like they have these AI programs right now that basically just scan the internet for, you know, because you got to code everything, right? So like it just looks for that code, and if that code is in whatever the upload is, it just automatically just gets suppressed.
Yeah, Immaculate Constellation.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
That's literally the black budget AI program that supposedly the US uses to be able to scrub a lot of this information off of the internet, like immediately, and discredit like
which is wild, because essentially like now you're running false narratives.
Yeah.
And then your reality becomes based on false narratives. So then it becomes upside down. Everything, it's opposite. Everything becomes opposite. And then we're basically partaking in collective psychosis.
That's what I was going to say. Like, this topic in general, UFOs, is completely psychosis-inducing. I don't know how a lot of these researchers keep going and, like, don't go absolutely nuts, because, like, a lot of this stuff, if you get really deep into it, you, like, realize, like, I don't want to go any deeper because this is scary.
Well,
you know, like,
I mean,
like
what, like,
because it's either a psyop,
yeah,
or
I get that,
it's real.
Dude, I had the craziest thought the other day, where like, when you catch a fish and you take it out of the water, that's like the equivalent of being abducted by a UFO.
100%.
Right? So then it's like, and everything in life, what I've noticed, is a microcosm of itself. So like, if you look in on smaller organisms, right, it's the exact same as what we're experiencing right now.
Sure. Yeah.
So like, you know, if you
we're just more conscious.
No, it's not even. Yeah, for sure, conscious. Yeah, definitely. But it's like, if you look down on a rock that has like moss growing on it, like that moss growing on it is the equivalent of a boreal forest.
Right.
But it's just so small that if you were prospectively smaller, then that moss would look like a pine tree.
There's a boreal forest on my nuts right now.
Better clear cut that
before I get back out there, right?
Yeah. We're not trying to save the rainforest, bro.
Not my rainforest, that's for sure.
No, but you know, it's like everything has something in it. Everything in this life has something inside of it. Even an atom has something inside of it.
For
you
sure,
break it down to the molecular structure. My whole point on driving that home is, we're inside something else.
Yeah.
And something else is inside of us, and all of these different things. So we just can't see it, And then that was the other crazy thing is like, so the ocean, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're like above the ocean, right?
Mhm.
Because it's like water and it's below us.
Mm-hmm.
But like, we are essentially the firmament that is separating the waters.
Yep.
Because you know what I mean. So
We're
then,
on
like,
the top. We're coasting
right,
in our big fucking
but then
boats.
and then that's why they say the firmament is separates the water from below. It's like, well, we can't get the perspective, but we're probably inside a bigger ocean or something, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think you're right in a lot of ways. I think, like, for the whole, like, UFO topic, it always goes down to spiritual for me. It's like, why,
Yeah.
like, so I've seen stuff,
Mhm.
and, like, my own mind
Mhm.
questions what I've seen.
Right.
And then I look into actual CIA documents, and I'm like, what the fuck am I even looking at? And then, like, immediately go into psychosis, start thinking about other shit. So I got to pull back.
Mhm.
It's very, very hard to, like, get to where the actual truth is until you've, like, I mean, I don't think anyone's going to get to the full truth of it. But, like, in terms of saying, like, we are in essentially a black box, a matrix,
Yeah.
I think you're onto something there.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
don't know if that's, well, it is literally and figuratively our overlords that, you know, rule us, which is like the Rothschilds and shit like that. You know what I mean? Well, not necessarily.
No, like
but like
I,
Epstein type people, you know what I mean? Like,
right. No,
like,
I agree with you, but like it's like those people are probably not even people. They're probably from different star systems, and they live here.
That's dude. Okay, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
But the craziest thing that I learned about the Epstein files was he was deep into UFO shit. He was deep into basically like quantum theory, and you know, he had lots of physicists and scientists over. He was essentially like, on one of the pictures there's a blackboard, and it's just equations. So I put it in ChatGPT. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Right.
And ChatGPT was like, oh, they're looking at gravitational waves in, like, I don't even know. It lost me immediately. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, long story short, he was super, super deep into UFOs and honestly way more fucked up shit.
Yeah. I mean,
but mix it all together, it paints a pretty weird picture. It's like, what
yeah, like why?
It's like Tim Dillon. Yeah, it's like what Tim Dillon says. What the fuck are they doing? Like,
well,
what are they doing behind closed doors? Who are they worshiping?
Well, yeah, I mean, they're definitely worshiping Saturn, but the thing is that
Saturnalia. You think it's Saturnalia?
Yeah, well, I think that's where Satanism comes from.
Interesting.
That's where
basic paganism came from, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that's because of the planet Saturn.
Right. No, I know.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Listen, we don't know.
No, we don't. We're just speculating.
We don't know. We've just have a perspective on what we've been taught, but it makes sense to me that there's life on all of those planets.
Why wouldn't there be?
Right. Like, why wouldn't there be? Exactly. They're all in the solar whatever.
Well, Obama said so.
Yeah.
He says they're real.
I mean,
but they're not in Area 51 or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's probably one of them. But here's it's like, if there wasn't legs to it, then why would the most influential, powerful people in the world be giving it their time and their energy?
Yeah.
They wouldn't, because they know more than anybody that your time is your most valuable asset. So why would they waste it on things that wouldn't potentially or are directly giving them power?
Right.
There's some crazy thing about Epstein. Apparently, like, if you want to go into it, conspiracy, tinfoil hat, he's a couple 100 years old. And apparently he is one of the guys on American currency. And even deeper than that is potentially the founding father of Bitcoin.
Well, actually, that last one, and I don't want to discredit the other ones and breeze by them, but the last one, actually, there is a lot of credence to that. They're directly in the Epstein files that have been released.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was basically talking with like 7 or 8 other people about like how we're gonna have to get this program off the ground, and like specifically mentioning Bitcoin, and basically, well, what Bitcoin has become.
Sure. Or what it represents, but like
Mhm.
that that funnels perfectly into totalitarian ruling,
Yep.
right? It's centralized.
Feudalistic, technocratic state.
Yeah, but it's like it's like it's like the electric agenda, where it's like if it's all electric cars and blah blah blah. My point is that you're reliant on the grid
Mm-hmm.
for digital currency. You're reliant on, but you're basically relying on the Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be able to get online to access all your assets.
Sure.
So that's perfect for people who want to control power.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I'm just guessing here, but over the next 30, 40 years, they're going to try and like basically balkanize cities within countries to make it like basically 15-minute cities, and like they're going to try and charge you to be able to go to.
It's happening.
I know,
everywhere.
it's fucked.
Yeah, no, I call it Chintz Nation. You know, where like
Okay.
I mean everything has become this everything has become like some sort of franchisable entity, you know, and it sucks the life out of everything, which is why so much stuff feels hollow.
Yeah.
Because it's so you can see through the play.
Yeah.
And like there's no life here. It's just about taxing you.
Yeah. 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 It's a great way to leave it. You want to finish her off there?
Yeah, I mean, you know, one thing just tie it all back to the whole psychonaut thing, and you're talking about my most craziest experiences, and
oh yeah, please.
So like I flirted with DMT, dimethyltryptamine, which is naturally produced through the pineal gland, which is in your basically your third eye, and there's been a lot of efforts to calcify your pineal gland.
Sure.
Because of how powerful we are as humans. Like we have keys and abilities that you're not even awakened to yet. And the closer that you are to nature and to the natural world, the more you're going to be able to harness those abilities. But my point is this, is I had a breakthrough experience and went to the center of the universe, and in the eye of the trip, which is the center of the trip, I saw everybody I knew. Everybody I knew, every especially like people who are like pillars in your life, like your uncles and your aunts and your parents and people who have like been there your whole life, right?
Yep.
And they're all laughing at me. I'm like, ha ha, we got you, bro. We got you. It's like, because like life itself is the punchline. Life itself is a joke. It's a trick to make you think that it's so real. And it's not that you shouldn't care. It's the fact that like you're putting energy and getting upset at things that you really need to just be laughing at. It's about like it's about how fragile the ego is, but you double down on your ego, right? Because you've been trained to double down on your ego,
right?
But here's the bigger picture. Is that, and the song came to me. You are everything, and everything is you. It's like we're all, like we share consciousness, we are everything.
It's all connected.
It's all connected way deeper than you think.
Yep.
So it's like,
that's why love beats hate.
Yeah, because it's so powerful. Because when you love yourself, that's the biggest form of recognizing yourself.
Yeah.
And treat other people like they are you.
Yeah.
And that's probably the hardest thing to do, because I oftentimes treat other people way better than I treat myself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it's just like it seems like it's easier to patch up your own reputation with yourself than it is with other people. And in a way that it is.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you really need to start treating other people like you want to be treated,
Right.
because of how interconnected everything is.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the biggest awakenings. It was terrifying. It was absolutely traumatic. Like these experience, I'm not romanticizing doing these psychedelic experiences, because they are terrifying in a way, because of how real it is and how real it feels, and but the perspective gained is life changing.
Yeah.
Like,
I've had a couple of experiences
Yeah.
that have helped me, whether or not it was like, groundbreaking,
Right.
but I've had my own good things come out of it.
Sure. And even if they're terrifying at the time, they end up being good things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good, it really forces you to confront, for
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, that is technology.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right?
it really is.
Yeah. And it's the most potent source of technology. We're walking pharmacies.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We have so many different chemicals in our bodies that you're not even aware of, anandamide and all these different things but if you could tap into them and have them, you could secrete them yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. We're fucking cool. People as beings, like we are cool.
Technology.
dope.
We are nanotech.
We are. We're
nanotech.
like fucking, I like to think I'm like a quantum antenna, just signaling out and getting stuff all the time. I don't care where I get it, but
you really are. You
try.
really are. It's like, you go out and you're on a good vibe, man, you just pull in so many good people. If you go out and you feel stinky, or you don't feel like, man, like, you're way more likely to attract negative experiences.
Yeah.
Confirmation burp. You're way more likely to do that. So, hey, listen, embody what you want to attract.
For sure.
As hard as that is, sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. But, it seems it's cheesy to say, but it's like, if you smile, you're way more likely to attract positive vibes.
Catch more bees with honey.
Yeah. Well, if you got to trick yourself into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Train yourself.
It's training.
Yep.
100%.
Yep.
100% is training. And, get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
You as amazing as the internet and as deep as the plethora is of what you can watch on your screen, there's no replacement for experiencing outside of your house.
Oh, 100%.
That's
why I love golf so much.
Oh my
golf.
God. Oh my. We could talk
have
about golf for an hour just
I know.
golf.
I know. I'm sorry.
I had
to.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
I'm surprised we went an hour without talking about it.
We had a great conversation.
Man.
Dude, thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. Do you have anything you want to plug? Like any dates? Like
So I'm in Toronto, Canada right now, but a couple different things. Right now, we're in the process of launching a grow facility. So we're going to be bringing live soil cannabis to the industry, to the Canadian industry, to the Canadian market, and hopefully to expand it globally. Right now, Entheogenic Solutions on Instagram, and really it's about revolutionizing cannabis and bringing forward the best quality flower and products. Also playing with a band right now. We're called Fully Erect, and we're playing basically every week in Toronto, every other week. So if you follow me at Chef Pat Newton, he'll put it in the description below. But we've got tons of different shows. I'm also doing stand-up comedy. So I'm doing open mics at Backroom Comedy Club. So it'd be great to connect and have people come out. So giving back as more than I'm taking, and really really excited to be here and you know manifest all these amazing things. Thank
Fuck
you
yeah,
so
dude.
much. Thank you, James, for having me, and everybody else that's been on the show. This is awesome.
You're actually our first official guest.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm absolutely honored and thrilled to be here. Let's keep it going.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Thanks
absolutely.
again.
Yeah.
You guys know what it is. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube, Patreon, Spotify, Mind Harbor Podcast, or Mind Harbor Pod. Peace. We'll see you guys next week.
At ease.
Goodbye.
Yeah, bro.